am the Director of Special Education at Beehive Science and Technology Academy. Research is showing now that that is very effective. People don't have to waste time commuting, they don't have to waste time doing a lot of things, and they can get that service that they need. I also had read many articles that a lot of doctors are practicing that do online sessions. You know, the patient calls up somebody that they know well, and they can discuss their symptoms and things like that. And again, it saves time and trip to the office. So when I heard about speech therapy being offered online, it made sense to me because it was something I had read about in other areas, and it was very successful. It's very one-on-one and focused, in that a lot of my children are ADHD kids. Besides having a speech problem, that one-on-one attention really keeps them motivated and keeps them engaged in what happens. I know that this is a problem for charter schools in general. We obviously don't have the funds to have a full-time speech therapist. And I know even when I worked for one of the bigger school districts, a lot of times the speech therapists went from school to school to school to school. Most of them didn't have a full-time speech therapist. In fact, the only school I worked at that had a full-time speech therapist had a cluster unit for communication disorders. So it's hard to get those services. And because we are so small, we only have a few children that need those services. So to have somebody that can provide services at a very reasonable cost to a small number of children makes this a wonderful alternative. I don't know how we would be able to provide those services if we weren't able to get the services that you offer. We're able to be flexible with our school schedule and things like that. The services that are provided through visual speech therapy are individualized. Each of my students gets exactly what they need. When I was in contact with visual speech therapy and with the other providers that were contacting me about services, it was very evident to me when I talked to visual speech therapy that my needs would be met. It wasn't about the other company or jumping through this hoop, that whatever I presented as being my needs, this time is better, this program is better, this is what this child needs. I knew that our needs would be met, and that was very important because my kids are important to me. It was also affordable, and it was easy access, so it was a really easy choice to make. Because I've had such a positive experience with visual speech therapy, and because I know my students' needs have been met at an affordable rate, it's been very easy for me to recommend these services and to recommend visual speech therapy to other schools. I feel confident knowing that any need that I have come up, that I can go back to visual speech therapy and ask for help, and that is a huge weight off my shoulders. I would recommend them wholeheartedly to anybody.